What's up guys, Adam here. What you're about to view is the peak phase from my experience with Lauren. Again, we're doing this for the sake of science, to document this experience. I am releasing this raw and virtually uncut, so you guys get the full flavor of what went down. Cheers.
According to YouTube guidelines shown here, videos which intend to educate are documentary by nature and do not glorify the use of both abide by the community safety guidelines and are eligible for monetization. The following video does not glorify the use, instead attempts to be non-biased while delivering not life-saving information disguised as entertainment. We do not display graphic use. There are no scenes showcasing drug consumption, and any insinuation of use should be taken as satirical at best. Thanks YouTube, and don't forget to visit our Patreon page after the video for extra content and behind-the-scenes footage that only our patrons get to see. I love you, mother.
For some people, going into a trip and not knowing that your emotions are gonna come to you in abstract ways and
They'll be disguised.
they're gonna your repressed feelings are gonna look like scary jester clowns and
Maybe
maybe
on DMT. I don't know about on acid. You
I
might
see,
perceive your friends though as being terrifying.
I think that was some of the imagery that I had on a bad mushroom.
No, but I know
trip.
what you mean. Like you can, in your head, you can start coming up with really nasty imagery.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you can dream of nightmares.
Yeah, you can be in it, and it's scary.
I've had those nightmare trips.
Yeah, but I've had.
No, but I've had it where I didn't see a way out. Where I was I was actually in the night, a dream where you can't wake up from. I've been in that.
Yeah, the only time that I had that feeling was after a breakup.
By the way, this is not good tripping conversation. Just to anybody watching, do not talk about
We're well
bad
experienced
trips.
trippers.
When you're coming up on acid, do not talk about past bad trips. This can trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
I sound like the most arrogant idiot right now.
No, we cannot talk about it though.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. I think that goes to show though how far both of us have come though, that we can literally talk about a bad trip or think about a bad trip that we've had, and it doesn't trigger you into a bad trip again. You've got tools under your belt and
I can try to trigger myself. When you say that though, I'm very testy by nature, so my brain will actually start to trigger things in my head to go off as alarm bells to put me in a bad trip, because I'm constantly trying to see if I can handle myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah.
You're always testing yourself?
I am. Yeah.
I think that can put people in a bad trip, because it's you can start imagining things that are bigger than you need to imagine.
Yeah, totally.
The part of being able to trip is knowing how to
put things into perspective
and just let go.
And then let it go.
Sometimes maybe your
meditation,
mind, your mind needs to go there, and
yeah.
you can let it go there. And when you try to control it,
yeah,
and stop it from going there, that's when things get scary.
Yeah, I think that's.
You're right. Meditation is really key in learning how to handle these experiences, because you learn how to watch your thoughts.
Yeah, watch your thoughts. Be the observer.
Not just watch your thoughts. You get comfortable observing thoughts, because a lot of people are always reading, right? They're always distracting themselves. We're conversing right now. They're always doing something to distract themselves of the very act of just being.
Now I feel like we're trying to explain too much to people.
I don't feel that at all.
I feel like I'm trying to explain things and not just feel them for a second.
See, trying to explain things is what I find interesting. I think that's fun. I enjoy trying to explain things.
I like just being. that explains a lot about who we both are as people, though.
Yeah. I feel comfortable trying to explain things.
Witness me! I'm a performer.
You're a performer?
What's funny though? I'm the least attention-seeking performer.
So why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm most comfortable when I can perform for people that can it's like a holistic performance. I'm full spectrum oil for the weed people. The weed people will get it. That was such a weird weed joke. Oh my god. If anyone I work with ever sees that, they'll laugh. By the way, I wanted to notice from this angle, I can really see the gray that's coming in here.
I've had that for years.
I know, but it's really prominent now. It's white now.
I know, isn't it pretty?
It was just like a little salt and pepper. It was just a little like hinting at it before. Now you can't ignore it.
I'm getting old. Jeez.
How old are you?
Baldness hit me at like 21. Now I'm getting gray beard hairs.
You're only a couple years older than me.
I am 30. Am I 36? I'm losing track of my own age. So Lauren, you don't want to perform yet you're doing these videos, which is a performance.
It is a performance.
It's for 100% a performance.
Well, I'm not performing anything. I'm being on camera rather.
True. I mean, that's all it takes these days.
Ugh.
What is that like a signal of though? Like if that's all, if the standard has been set so low, it means people are like so, they really can't handle themselves. You know what I mean? Like you can look at it from that angle. Like people
Totally.
are so like afraid of their thoughts that they will do anything to get away from them.
Well, okay. Well, there's that part of it, and then there's like, well,
Or they don't like their thoughts. I think people don't like their thoughts.
There's that part of it, and then here's another interesting thing I was thinking about too, and like why people would find something like this interesting. You know, like watching just two people, like why they would find it interesting. You know,
Yeah, I've thought about that too. What the is interesting about this?
Right?
Like some of the conversation maybe, but this isn't something that I would sit down and watch.
Well, what I think is interesting about it, like say if you're a psychology student, I think it would be very interesting to watch, you know, just how we're able to communicate with each other still, even though like our conversations are fairly disjointed. And
I don't know if that's 100% accurate. I think they were disjointed for a little while during like that come up phase, and I feel like now I've gotten through the come up phase and I feel very much in control of my physical abilities.
I'm still coming up.
I see.
I still feel it in my legs.
Like I'm aware that I'm scrolling back and forth on my phone thinking about what song I want to pick next.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. So normally in these trips I'm like, I can barely even form thoughts, you know what I mean? It just means I'm not as far gone as I have been in the past. It's not a bad thing.
You're in and out of it though.
Yeah, I think so. So what am I trying to do right now? See, my memory is a little out. It's not 100% in. I agree. What would be some good music that I can play? So if I stop, this is the problem. I can't play anything because of copyright. I guess what I was trying to ascertain is, are these physical sensations pleasant, or would you classify this as unpleasant?
It's not unpleasant, but it is distracting.
Because I'm at the verge of like, I don't know if it's pleasant or not. Do you know what I mean?
I kind of can't.
Like it's
tell.
like, I don't, is this pleasant? I don't know. Am I feeling good? Am I feeling uncomfortable? I don't know.
That's why I feel like it's definitely, it still feels like a come up to me.
So being like coming up is, I guess, when you know if things are good or bad. I feel like the whole trip, I don't know.
Usually my body like levels out at a certain point and I'm a little less twitchy.
Oh, have you tried stretching?
I might be dehydrated too.
But have you tried stretching your body? When I close my eyes, I can see spiraling things.
Oh, I want to do a little bit now.
Huh?
Now is when I want to do a little bit.
I don't need to whip it. I'm seeing spirals just closing my eyes.
Where's your cracker? I've got ones and everything. I never do whippets, so I never get to do them. So it's like a treat for me when I come over here. I'm like, oh!
Yeah, but you're remembering old Adam. This is the thing. You've got this old Adam in your head. This is new Adam.
Well, I'm fine with Adam doing whatever he wants. Lauren wants to whip it, because Lauren never gets to do them.
There we go. There we go. Just don't associate it with me and I'm happy.
You were my first whippet?
I'm not opposed to whippets, just to be clear. I'm not
always
opposed
going
to
to
it.
associate a whippet with you. not because of videos, but just because it's the first time I ever did one.
No, I understand. I know it has nothing to do with the videos. I get it. The person that I always assign them to is Chris from New Zealand, because he's the first person I did it with. So.
There you go.
I always remember the song you put on.
I'll always remember the song you put on.
Which is the song that you put on?
the Eric.
Yeah. No, I'm just keeping the trend going.
Oh my god.
It's actually hilarious to me.
I hope that.
I've made it my mission to make this the nitrous song.
This is the nitrous song.
Oh, I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna put it on though.
Okay, wait. Can you pause it?
I haven't started yet. I'm still looking. It's a very slow building song, by the way. You have lots of time.
I know.
I don't have any balloons.
I have balloons.
Okay. Your hands look pretty smooth on the movie.
It's because I'm a belly dancer, so that's like. This is my belly dancing.
So yeah, we're 2 hours into this experience. Lauren is throwing up, I think. And I was just sitting here and thinking about the intensity. Visuals are very intense right now. Like with the lights dim. You puked? I see. It's very visually entrenching. I would say we've got some LEDs going on, and there's a lot of trails with the lights. I'm not overwhelmed by the experience, but I'm not underwhelmed. It's the thing that I always have to dial it back to is there's only a certain degree of comfort that I would have with wanting to sit here and being recorded in an experience, and I think 300 micrograms is a pretty good mark. I could be recorded doing more, but it's it just gets too uncomfortable. To the point where what's the trade-off? Why do I just want to show myself with my face down? I'm not going to be really moving around too much, so yeah. Trying to show the effects that these substances have on the human mind, I find interesting. So it's I want to stop recording, but I also don't, because I find the entire experiment intriguing. More so than I did in the past. I think I'm interested now in how they affect me so uniquely differently than they used to, because this experience used to petrify me. There was a period where this was a nightmare.
Sublime and No Doubt. Did you ever listen to No Doubt?
When I was a kid.
I got this song stuck in my head. Sublime and No Doubt.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
I can't tell from here. It just looks like you're crying.
I was just wiping snot and puke and tears off my face. I'm good.
I can see patterns in the wall.
Crazy to me that it takes psychedelics for some people to see that the veil, whatever the veil is, what is dream, what is reality. Right? It takes psychedelics for most people to be able to even touch those concepts. That's like every day when I wake up, I swear to God, I must have like higher DMT levels in my body. I feel like I'm not explaining it to you because I've explained it to you a million fucking times, and you've experienced dreams, so you also know. I feel like
Why am I receiving a phone call right now?
It's too real world for right now.
Yeah, I can't answer the phone. There's no way.
What time is it anyways?
Almost 10.
Is it anybody family?
No.
Well then they can go away.
I'm hungry. You're over there puking and I'm hungry.
It's over, I think.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Okay, let's try to get this, because this definitely helps when I'm feeling nauseous for some reason. You would think that the thing that gives the spinning visuals would make you feel more tummy upset, but it actually totally takes the nausea away from me. It sounds very counterintuitive.
I'll be back in a minute.
It's all lies. Psychedelics are illegal because they don't want you knowing that everything is connected. They want you divided from each other. They want divided from yourself. Shouldn't have to take being on psychedelics to know that.
I wasn't expecting to come down and see it with a balloon. You're exploring balloon land. I'm exploring food. Are you good? I'm eating what looked like a piece of squirrel shit. Or it does though. This actually looks like someone chewed it up and then made something out of it.
Well, I don't know if I would have wanted to try it before, but I definitely know I do want to try it now before. I'm not even being sarcastic. What is it?
It's some kind of a date
It
thing.
looks like a date ball. It looks good. Oh, it was really good.
But doesn't it the consistency reminds you of like someone chewed it up first? Like I can't get the thought in my head.
I love pre-digested food snacks.
Like did someone chew this up first is what I want to know. I'm really strongly leaning towards thinking that.
Well, I would like to thank them because they took half the workout from me right now, and more work than I won't put it in. Oh, it's really yummy. Who made them?
I don't know. Oh no, I'm gonna dent my beautiful table. So on today's episode of Adam's Kitchen, we have mangoes.
That's a good tripping snack.
This is gonna get really sticky. I'm gonna have to clean it
I
up.
highly recommend fruit. Natural things are good. I mean, munchies are good too, but you'll always be impressed when you put fruit in your mouth when you're tripping, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful. Oh my god, be careful of this. This is my whip. This is my flow toy. You will have to replace this if you break it. It's a very expensive toy.
How much is it?
like $200.
Wow.
Yeah. I have just a lot of.
Well, if I break it, I'll replace it.
This one has sentimental value.
I'm presently just trying
I
to
gotta
clean
be
this
careful
up.
of them too when I trip because I have definitely. They're expensive toys. And some at a certain point I have to put them away.
You what?
When I'm tripping. I mean, even when I'm sober, okay, I just put things down on a little.
Here's what I don't want. Here's what I want to know. Why didn't I bring a plate? I'm sitting here at the mystery of life. How do I avoid opening this and not ruining my table? I could have had a plate.
I feel like I'm trying to do this all over again, and I just did it. I think I should try some.
Well, at least scientist Adam is still trying to document everything, so. All right, here we are. Let's see how this tastes. This looks really good. That's really tasty. You must be very careful of things like knives. I guess the question that everybody wants to know. Everybody wants an answer to the question. What question? How come there's so many questions? Which questions are going through my head? A million. Why? What? Who am I? Where am I? Who's the I? Who's the you? I see you. I feel pimples in my head. It's the reality of the situation. I can feel the blemishes under my skin. It does not feel comfortable. I am in the weightlifting phase. So like if you were to like divide eras of beings, this is Adam's I'm going to see how far I can push body lifting weights phase. Which is interesting because it has a very factual, logical it has the corresponding effect to tripping as you would imagine. I feel extremely confident and like fine. And I think that comes when like with every day when you're constantly forcing yourself to do shit you don't want to do every day. You get tough. So I think that's what the daily discipline is all about. Lauren, do you have discipline?
Depends.
Are you disciplined?
You could say in some ways and not in others.
I see. I used to be extremely undisciplined. I think that's why my trips were always so like volatile. Because I had no discipline, I didn't have any like structure or control to my mind. So the psychedelic trips could just like go crazy with me. But it's interesting as you train your mind to become more disciplined, like you get less fearful of yourself, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like we have a very different approach to psychedelics. Because I don't know if you are disciplined, and you don't seem very fearful, but for other reasons. Why do you feel confident in these experiences? It's just because of the dream shit? Because not everybody feels comfortable in these experiences. This scares some people. I like trying to find out like the differences. Why? Because I used to get scared.
Yeah. No, I know. It does. Yeah. Well. Yeah, it's like the beingness is enough this way can be enough to like make someone not enjoy it, right? Or
No, it would put me in a pure panic attack, you know?
I mean, we're doing it because we know we enjoy it. So we're not first timers. Like if you're putting it into the perspective of a first timer.
I guess so. But I would say like the first 50 times I did it, it was extremely volatile. Like for me, I had to get extremely comfortable. Like I had to go through like the phases of having all the scary experiences to like learning that I couldn't control it at all. Like I had to go through every phase. Like I had to learn what not to do at every corner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone had to slap my hand at every corner and be like, "Don't touch that. Don't touch this. Don't like." Yeah. I am a very hard learner. I don't think you've had as many hard lessons.
I haven't probably tripped as much either.
I see.
My trips are fewer between, like, in terms of acid, like, I'll do MDMA, you know, in the summertime. I might do acid a couple times, but, like, it's throughout the night, and I'm dancing. So much of it is being channeled through the dance that gets shared. So like I'm not, you know,
I'm just trying to make good video content.
I'm just trying to make a trip.
We have different goals. I'm trying to stay true to my goal because whenever I film these, I always stop caring about the camera, if you've noticed. In the past, we always just turn it off.
See, to me, this isn't tripping. This is, I mean, it's flow, right? Like, there's people I hang out with, do dance and flow.
Yeah, no, this isn't tripping. This is documenting. This is like being an experiment. There's a difference.
I feel like I am the acid when I dance. I feel like a fractal expressing.
You feel like a fractal?
Yeah.
I like your dancing.
Have you ever look at the dance of Shiva? Look it up. Ask Google to look up the dance of Shiva. And what it is explained. Listen to Aldous Huxley explain the dance of Shiva.
Why?
Because it's interesting. I think it.
It's a song.
Yeah, because it's a thing from Sanskrit.
Let's play the song first, because this looks like a good song.
It's what I saw in my first DMT trip, for sure. Was like,
Apparently
said,
it's not synced.
listen to your mother, listen to your mother.
I remember this story vividly.
Yeah, well. And she was dancing.
I don't know how loud this is.
Om, called the pranava, or the sound of God, a syllable or phrase sung for its sound rather than its meaning.
Like, I think that there's...
That is, by the way, right up Alan Watts' alley. I like how he narrated that. Sung for its sound rather than its meaning. Because the sound is the meaning.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why these... The dance is literally represented in the statue.
Okay, so we are now 11. What time? 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. Oh, we're 3.5 hours in, well past the peak. Leveled into the experience. I feel very calm, collected, cool. Lauren's a ninja. The lights are annoying. How do you feel? Any input before I turn this camera off?
I have a lot of input. I think I said a little bit earlier to the camera. I'm referencing to what I said to the camera
I have no idea what she said to the
private
camera in private. I was impressed. Maybe I was busy cutting up my food because I'm a barbarian. I don't know.
I totally had a moment.
Good. I'm glad you had a moment.
Well, I hope that I had an authentic acid thought moment.
Well, I'm leaving the other camera on, by the way. I'm just turning this one off because this is the main one.
I mean, like it's. See, here's the thing. Like, what do you mean? What's worth What do you think people want to see? What I think people want to see.
I don't give a shit what people want to see, to be honest with you.
Well, as a viewer, I think it's important.
Hmm?
As a viewer, like, before being in the videos.
Look at you with your arms crossed over there. What are you so perturbed about?
No, I'm not perturbed. I'm not perturbed. I am
Perturbed.
I'm trying to be, like, you know, for the people
You're trying to be for the people?
who want to trip with Adam.
No one wants to trip with me. I'm a nightmare.
Yeah, because of this!
Because I'm documenting it.
Because of this. This is the troubles.
I've squeezed the fun out of it.
This is when you're this is what I mean. The troubles.
This is the troubles? I'm not troubled, though. I'm having a blast.
But I think the trouble is that when it feels like it's gotta get for a camera
Yeah. Well,
instead of being experienced.
that's why I'm saying goodbye to this camera.
Okay. What else needs to be said?
Nothing.
What can be said on
pee, is what needs to be said. As a viewer of people who want to trip with Adam, no one wants to trip with Adam. What is this nonsense?
a lot of people want to trip with you.
No, I'm horrible.
Well, because they don't understand
They don't understand what?
this. They don't understand how horrible you are.
I think they do. If you read any of my comments, people are like, Adam he would be the worst person on earth to trip with. I agree. I would hate to trip with me. It'd be a nightmare. Someone constantly recording things. Oh man, I'm just trying to have fun over here. Get this camera out of my face. But I mean, like, cameras aside, I would still be pretty bad to trip with. Unless, of course, it was someone I was intimately connected with. Then I feel like the story would be different.